Well, I love to sing my country song, but there's one thing that brings me more joy. That's sitting right down to a tasty meal. Guess you could call me the Hungry Cowboy. I might find it in a trailer or a restaurant, or maybe at my cousin Elroy's. Should have even been known to cook it for myself. Yeah, that's right, I'm the Hungry Cowboy. I sure am a hungry cowboy. Oh, let's eat, kids.
Hello once again, friends. My name is Eric Neznik, the Hungry Cowboy, and today I am wearing my favorite pastel shirt. Why? Obviously, I'm dancing at the all-male review tonight. No, that's not tonight. That's later. Actually, this is in honor of the fact that it is almost Easter, and Easter time is pastel time. So today, we're going to take the opportunity to do a couple of things. We're going to dye some Easter eggs, which is always a good time, and we're going to make a jelly bean martini, which is an even better time, today on the Hungry Cowboy. All right, gang, we're going to get started with our jelly bean martini. Now, I have already taken the time to take these jelly beans and take these, the red ones, out of these, the rest, the rejects. So at this point forward, these guys are they're just there to look pretty and maybe, and to taste good. I say the red ones, kind of the cherry ones. What's happening now? These guys are just going in here. And here is just any kind of a bucket, a mason jar, whatever you've got that has the ability to get a good seal on it. Because that 1/4 cup of red cherry jelly beans is going to have added to it this 1/2 cup of delicious vodka. In goes the Ruski vodka. 1/4 cup of jelly beans, 1/2 cup of vodka, seal that guy up, and in 48 hours we're going to have some cherry infused jelly bean vodka that's going to make our martinis absolutely 100% delicious. Okay, I'll see you in 2 days. Okay, it is 2 days later, and I am still wearing the same shirt. Our vodka has now taken on some of the cherry, so we now do not have that pure, delicious Russian vodka. It has been Austinized. We are going to take 1 ounce of this Austinized vodka into our already chilled mixing glass. 1 ounce. I'm going to shake that just to get her chilled down a little bit. I'm like Tom Cruise in that one movie, except I don't have any fancy moves. Okay, that part's done. 3 ounces of your favorite champagne. We'll do the 1 ounce. We'll flip it over, and we'll do 2 more ounces. And a little bit for good luck. Take yourself 1 fine lemon wedge, squeeze her in, get all that delicious juice in there, and then, just like Mr. Fusion in Back to the Future 2, toss it right in. Back with the lid. When you're happy that you've kind of pushed things together, yep, it looks good. Find yourself a martini glass or a red Solo cup, I don't care. And pour yourself a lovely, lovely jelly bean martini. And a happy Easter. That's really good. That's really tasty. Sweet, but still has certainly the vodka thing going on for it. I think you're gonna like this one, gang. Oh, hello. My name's Peter Rabbit, and I come from a very large family. In fact, I have 17 brothers and sisters. Who are you? Me? Oh, I'm so drunk I fell over. I am the Playboy Bunny Rabbit, and I really come from a large family. Oh, why is that? Well, because sometimes my owner, his name is Hef, he takes me and all his playmates onto the Bunny Ranch in Vegas, and we do what rabbits do, if you know what I mean. Oh, I'm so hot I'm melting. Oh, really? I heard the Hungry Cowboys around here. Oh, I hate that guy. Why? 'Cause he eats me all the time. Well, you look good right now. Yeah, but you just never know. On a moment's notice, I could lose my head. Oh, dang. I better go. That's tasty. It's time to move on to dyeing eggs. I've never done eggs like this. In my whole life, and I'm almost 20 years old right now, I've only done eggs two different ways. One was to boil them up and then slide like a slip cover basically over it, and then you put it back in the water, and the slip cover would suck in and tighten up against it, and it had designs on it, which was probably the easy way to do it. I did that several years when I was younger. And then the other way was similar to this. It was just different, a little different. This had pellets, and I have this wax thing, and I was able to write on some of the eggs, which is amazing to me. Apparently once I dunk it in here, the wax isn't going to show up, and it's awesome. Anyway, I've got yellow, blue, red, green, and then I'm not sure. This one is probably supposed to be purple or blue, but it looks more it looks kind of gross. Of course, the easiest way to make sure that your eggs are hard-boiled enough is to take one of the dozen or 2 dozen that you've been boiling for a few minutes. Try to crack it over a loved one's head, and as long as the aforementioned loved one doesn't get too messy, you're probably in good shape to go forward. If they do get messy, just give it a couple more minutes. One of my favorite stories, not just Easter stories, but just family traditions in general, comes from my mother's side of the family. Growing up, my mother's, was a very poor family, and they just didn't have much for means. So at Easter time, instead of the traditional fancy basket and the fancy stuff that goes with it that most kids probably get to enjoy, my mother and her 2 sisters and brother, they would hide each night before Easter. They would hide their coat, their winter coat, someplace in the house, and then on Easter morning, when they'd wake up, that coat had been moved to some other part of the house, and it was filled with whatever my grandparents could afford that year. I just think that's the coolest thing. We carried it on. I did that every year growing up until I was way, way too old to be doing it, but I just thought it's an awesome tradition. Hide your coat. The Easter Bunny comes and finds said coat, and he does this thing with it. He's a good bunny. All right, folks, my jelly bean martini is down to its last swallow. That means it's time for me to go. On behalf of Peter Rabbit, the headless Playboy Bunny Rabbit, I am the Hungry Cowboy, and I'll see you next time. Now he's torso-less, too. Poor rabbit.